Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a scenario for you guys. Let's just say you're going to build a model. This model, they're going to be components which you are going to fabricate yourself, and some of the components you're going to buy from somewhere else. But no matter what, you're still going to need to put all the components together. One thing is, you know that it's going to be really a waste of time for you to redesign the components that you are going to buy. The only thing you basically need is the shape, the size, and the measurement and the weight. So how can what are we going to do in this kind of situation? So let's just say, for example, you're going to build, I don't know, an airplane, a drone or something like that, but it can be anything else, yeah, and for that matter. But so you are going to need a motor, so which you're going to buy. So I'm not going to design the whole motor from scratch with all the components. And so what I'm going to do is I have the dimension, and I have also the weight. So I'm going to build the motor with the overall shape like you see here. And it's quite simple. Actually, I invested way too much. I didn't have to make it hollow, but I do have the dimension and I have the sizes and everything. So it's good because now I can apply it to my assembly, so I can build a housing around it. So, but still I need the mass and the weight. So how do we do that? How can we overwrite the default one instead of, because that's going to be really complicated. So we can do it in a relatively simple way. Now the formula for that, it's you're gonna need to take the weight of the component, which we already know because we have it from the vendor. So I know it's 102 grams. That's the weight of the motor. And then we're gonna need the volume of the parts. Okay, this is the number here. Now, if you're wondering what this means, and you're going to see it in a moment in the material properties, this is the gram cubic millimeter, okay? And what we are going to apply, the number, it's on the kilogram cubic meter. But don't think about it. It's just going to confuse you. So we have this number, and we know let's start from the beginning. And we know the weight, of course. So I'm just going to go and put the weight. It's 102. We're going to divide it by this number. Yes, it is kind of off because there is a decimal that it's missing here. And you can see it here. If I'm going to put 1879948. Oh, sorry. Yeah, okay, fine. 1879948. So you can see the calculator already put the decimal where it's supposed to be. So, and then we click yes, and that's the number that we need to we're gonna use. But it's a very long number. It's a kind of a tricky number, and you're gonna see why. But so next we're gonna do is right click anywhere, physical material, this still here, the default one, we can just duplicate it, right click, edit, and we're gonna call it, for example, motor. We go to the advanced and physical, and you can see here it's on kilogram. You cannot change it. It is what it is. That's what Fusion put. So, but just ignore it. But here you can see we have 123.4.00. I know because I already tested it. I know that I'm going to need the first 5 numbers, and then the next 2. So I know I'm going to need to put the 1246.9, 1246.9, and the next number, it was 51. But you can just if you have a problem, if you put 4, then you can always change you can replace the decimal after or before, and you can see the change immediately. Let's just say, for example, I'm going to put the decimal here, okay, for that matter. So it's going to be 95. I'm going to click apply, and I'm going to drag it and drop it on the component, and I'm going to close. Now let's see what happened here. Click on a property, and I can see, okay, the mass changed to 10 to 1020. Interesting. So I know something is missing here. It's too light, and that means that I need to move the decimal another one step forward. So I'm going to move it to here, and let's see what's going to happen. Click OK. Now it gives me a warning. I don't know why it's doing it. It's I think it's a bug in Fusion. It's extremely annoying. I just want to double check that this is the one. I just see edit. Yep, that's the one. So I'm going to apply it here. Now you can remove this one here and just delete it. So we have the last one, which is updated, and you're going to right click, property, and voila, that's the mass. That's the correct one. So this is how you do it, okay? So don't give up. I mean, if you have, again, as I said, if you have trouble, you know, with how many numbers, so overall you're just gonna need you have how many 7 numbers here, so just add, you know, 7 numbers from the results, and then, you know, just play with the decimal where you're gonna put it. You know, just if you see it's too low, the weight, then just move it one step forward, you know, and like this you can, and vice versa. But you can see it's not really that complicated, once you get the hang of it. But yeah, so you can always come back to this video and rewatch it, but it's good to know it. I'm gonna use it quite a lot because there are many, the next project I'm working on, there are many parts which I'm going to buy, and I just need the weight and I need the shape and so on. So now I can create like a library, you know, with the different parts and their weight. Now you can actually take this and add it to your favorite, and it's gonna be here. I already have another one here, so I can just what the name is, Moto. Okay, so this one we can remove. Click OK. So what's going to happen next? Let's just say now I want to, for example, let's go back to here. So I have, for example, started, come on. Now we want to apply it to an assembly, yes? Now I also need to save it. So we want to apply it to an assembly, and is it going to save the properties and everything? So let's just see. Now, so we're going to our motor here, and I think I remember where I've saved it, but let me just save it again. Save as, I'm gonna choose YouTube samples, save in here. So it's come over here, and just wait a few seconds. Now we go to our assembly. I'm going to drag and drop it. Okay. So now I can, you know, place it wherever I want. I'll just say I want it here, and click OK. Now, I'm just going to break the link. It's easier, then I can do the rest of the editing. Why it came up as a sub-assembly? It is because my, you know, natural habit is every time I'm creating something, I'm always starting a new component. You could have just created directly under the root component, no problem. Then it wouldn't show up as a sub-assembly here. But if it's annoying you can always take it out, and voila. Okay, so it's not a big deal. So anyway, so you can see it here. It looks nice, fits, and now let's just see the properties here. And here you go, 102 gram. So no problem. Okay. And yeah, and let me know if you wanted me to show you how I created those props, or maybe different kind of props, so I can make a video. And yeah, that's it. And if you have any other questions, just don't forget, put it down below in the comments. And yeah, good luck with your project. Bye bye.